Hey, what's up, David? We're going to do a quick demo video for you for your '89 Sabers Derelict saber that I installed with a removable brass mix chassis and a Proffie V3. If we can focus on that, there we go. There's quite a bit going on, and let's go over my desk and take a look at it. Hey, what's up, David? We're going to go over your '89 Sabers Derelict here. It is installed with a Proffie and a removable brass chassis that I designed for you. You did ask me to weather it. My lighting in this video is a little harsh, but I sent you some pictures, actually several pictures along the way of me weathering this, so hopefully you got a better idea of that, and then of course you'll see it better in person. But weathered the whole thing. I used some chemicals in here in the back and on the control box, and then when it came to the shroud, I went ahead and I heat stained it with some MAP gas to give it that burnt look. All right, it is a 2-button setup, so I made this little plunger switch right here. That's going to be your power, and I made this button right here your auxiliary switch. So we'll work that here in a second. You've got a shadow foil props lit PCB in there. This is your blade retention, so you'll need a flathead screwdriver, which I have. And then to get to your chassis, what you want to do is open your pommel. Your handle does not come off on this particular saber. All right, so we're going to open this pommel up and talk about it just real brief. You'll notice that, let me get it all the way off. This tri-ring right here, what you can do is you can loosen this back half. You can take this piece right here and move it to wherever you want, clock it how you want, and then tighten up this back half again. And that's how you clock this guy. I just leave it right here for now, okay? When you take that off, you'll see your speaker. Just take it in your hand and go like this. Once or twice, it'll pop out. You can take it right out, all right? And this is your chassis. So it's a bit of a small guy. There's not a whole lot of room in that saber. So what I chose to do, I'm using a Smuggler's Outpost switch pixel PCB set. So that lines up with that 14-pin PCB in there. All right. You've got a real quartz crystal right here, but then you've got a 16-pixel accent ring down here that faces the crystal pointing up this way. 16 pixels. All right. A removable battery setup, so spring side for the negative side of your battery. Whoops, we'll just throw a battery in it right now. Clip right in. Moving over here, you've got a 13-pixel accent strip right underneath this brass greebly. It just says Solo Sabers over here for me. You've got your Proffie board. This is adhesed down with some E6000. Wasn't quite enough room to make it to where I could get board access very well. I can just barely get the SD card out, but I'm gonna probably follow up with you and see if you want me to go ahead and program this guy before I send it out for you. For right now, it just has my sound font on it for now. All right, but there is a kill switch right in front of the board. On the other side, you do have another 13-pixel accent strip. This one in Airbus just says '89 Sabers Derelict. All right. A brass ring around the speaker, and this is a 28mm Smuggler's Outpost Elite speaker. All right, so we'll flip this on. So you basically got 1, 2, 3. You've got 3 blade styles on this guy. You've got your main blade, your crystal chamber, 16-pixel accent ring, and then you've got your third and final blade style is these two. They are wired together, so they do the same thing. All right, and of course, as always, you can take that ring, or you could take these strips and you can break them down into sub-blades if you wish. But when you turn it on, just take it and put it in the saber however you like, of course, as long as this guy goes in first. Just throw it right in. Don't push on your speaker drum. Push on the sides of the speaker, and then we'll take our pommel and screw it down. When you screw this all the way down, nice and tight, that's what locks the chassis into those pins, and then we can hit power. You got some nice shine through here in this glass eye. Very beefy boy when it's all put together. Auxiliary here. All right, we'll put a blade in it real quick. So just back this screw out of the blade socket. You don't have to take it all the way out. It's a little bit of a long guy, but not too much. And this is made for a 1-inch diameter blade. So I'm going to use my TriStar test blade, and it is very tight. So if you have a brand new blade, I would probably plan on doing some sanding. I'm not going to tighten that down for now because I don't need to. We'll hit power. Blade lockup. Soundtrack. Long press on the power. Long press to turn it off. And then it just has the one font on it for now. Whoops. Okay, so again, power up, power, auxiliary. Very solid when all put together. We'll go ahead and take the blade out of here. I'm gonna go ahead and put that back in so it doesn't fall out. All right, but when we're done, we'll again take off our pommel. A few threads on there. Take your handle, cup your other hand, and it'll pop right out. When it has the battery in it, it has a little bit more heft, so it'll come flying out of there, so just be careful. All right, but you can see it on right now with the LEDs until we flip the switch, and it kills power like it should. The positive side being up here by your crystal chamber, and you can pop the battery out when you need to. All right, and then we'll just put it right back in here. But that is basically your 89 Derelict. Thank you for your patience. These types of commissions take a little while for designing the chassis, and then mostly for getting the parts printed out. It takes around 2 or 3 weeks, and then finally the install. These parts came in today, so I made sure I got it done today. But let me know if you got any questions, and we'll get this out in the mail to you tomorrow. Thanks.